It stops armpit sweat. Seriously, it has the lasting power of about 72 hours and completely gets rid of armpit odor. Hello everyone, this is Minning, and as you know, the really hot midsummer season is slowly but surely approaching, isn't it? That means it's time for the armpit water park to open. That's what I can tell you. In other words, armpit sweat season has arrived. So, I've brought along some products that can thoroughly eradicate both underarm perspiration and the accompanying odor. And I've brought along some particularly well-known products, ones that I genuinely love and use constantly. And importantly, I've only included products that I've personally tested myself. Ta-da! This is a really famous product that those who know truly know. It's a product called Drichlor. This product was actually released as a hyperhidrosis treatment, so it's exclusively sold in pharmacies. But now, many people are using it as a sweat suppressant. Because if you apply this directly to your underarms, it really does stop armpit sweat completely. Seriously. That sounded a bit like a home shopping channel, but it's not. This is a real review. Even if you're sweating everywhere else, this product keeps the area you applied it to perfectly smooth and dry. When you open this up, you'll find it's a product that comes in a convenient roll-on type. So you just apply it like this to the areas where you sweat a lot. You apply this before bed after you've washed and dried off completely, and then you wash it off the next morning. Initially, you apply it daily. Once you start sweating less, you can reduce the frequency. It's recommended to use it only once or twice a week, so that's precisely how I utilize it during the midsummer months. These days, it's not really as scorching hot as it gets in midsummer, is it? So when I try using it, even with just one application, it actually lasts me a little over a week. Isn't that just amazing? That just goes to show how incredibly powerful this product is. However, that also means it's pretty irritating. So, it gets incredibly itchy after applying, especially when I'm sleeping. And it would be a relief if the itchiness disappeared after washing it off, but sometimes it doesn't, and it still feels a bit itchy when I start sweating. So, for people with very sensitive skin, this is a product I wouldn't really recommend. However, given its potent efficacy, it would be highly beneficial for individuals who can tolerate its downsides. So, when I use this Drichlor, I typically apply it and then leave it on for about 2 to 3 hours, or even up to 4 hours, before rinsing it off completely. Because it seems like the longer I leave it on, the more itchy it gets. So when I use Drichlor, I reduce the amount of time I leave it on. And when it dries, there's a really strong alcohol, ethanol scent, but that evaporates, leaving it unscented. Next up is the No Sweat Scents product. I purposely brought a brand new one. Here it is. This is the liquid, and this is the roll-on. It even has a cap. It's a product designed to be used by simply opening it and attaching the roller. Drichlor is also designed in exactly the same manner. You can think of this product as being very similar to Drichlor. The way you use it is the same. It's also a roll-on type, and it makes sure you stay completely smooth and dry by preventing sweat. And of course, this is also a hyperhidrosis treatment, so you can only buy it at a pharmacy. The key distinction from Drichlor is that this product causes significantly less irritation, and as a result, you will experience considerably less itchiness or any harsh sensations. So for people with very sensitive skin who still want to see powerful results, I think No Sweat Scents would be absolutely perfect. However, with Drichlor, you put it on, and the very next day, you won't sweat whatsoever. However, with No Sweat Scents, you might not see immediate effects the very next day, as it takes a bit more time. That probably means its effect is a bit weaker than Drichlor's, since it's less irritating. It's not like you'll be sweating a lot the next day or anything, but your sweat does decrease. However, with daily consistent use, this product delivers a smoothing and drying effect similar to that of Drichlor. Since it's less effective, a single application won't last you over a week like Drichlor, especially in the current weather conditions. This product effectively prevented sweating for approximately 4 to 5 days. So, you could say that its lasting power is a little bit less effective compared to Drichlor. This product also has an ethanol scent, but it quickly disappears, leaving it unscented. And now, there's one common caution that applies to both of these products. If you apply this and then put on clothes before it has completely dried, it might transfer to the fabric and potentially lead to discoloration. If you apply it before going out, you'll put on your clothes, right? Because that also means there is a risk of your clothes getting discolored, I really want to recommend that you use it before you go to bed. And for the third item, tada! This particular product is called Sweat Roll. So what's this? Unlike the previous one, this isn't a roll-on type sweat suppressant. Instead, it comes in a pad type. You know those exfoliating pads? Well, it looks very similar to those. Why does it look this way? That's because it's a product designed for use on the face. So, after you wash your face, you thoroughly dry it until it's completely smooth and dry, then you gently pat this product onto your face. After using this, you wait about 10 to 20 minutes, and then you can do your basic makeup. So just do your basic makeup like you normally would. The effect lasts for about a day, though it can vary from person to person. However, when I tried it, I'm not entirely sure it kept me from sweating all day long, or even for a day. It's also not a product that completely prevents sweat. But you definitely sweat less and feel more smooth and dry than when you don't use it. One pack has only 5 pads, just 5 sheets, but it has a high price, even though there are only 5 sheets. So, instead of using this every single day throughout the summer, it seems to be an absolutely fine product to use when you have a significant event the next day where your makeup simply cannot smudge, such as for a photo shoot or a performance. And it would be especially great for those of you who experience a lot of facial sweat. Given that it's a product applied to the face, I experienced absolutely no irritation whatsoever. There was also no itching or any similar sensations. And I personally didn't experience any breakouts or anything after using it. However, as I don't have sensitive skin, and this product is available at pharmacies, I believe it would be beneficial for those with very sensitive skin to consult a pharmacist, meticulously review the ingredients, and then consider using it. This one also smells like ethanol when you open it, but it's ultimately unscented. And the fourth product I'm going to introduce is the Hydro Deodorant Mist. Actually, this wasn't the product I originally intended to bring. I was going to review 4 products, including the next one I'll show you, but I recently received this as a gift. I'm not under any obligation to review it like I am with this one. Not at all, but when I looked it up, I found out it's actually a pretty famous product. And since this is also a pharmacy brand product and nearly all the products I'm reviewing today can be purchased at a pharmacy, it really aligns well with the nature and purpose of this video. I've personally tried it out, so I brought it along to share my review with all of you. Plus, it's a mist-type deodorant product. You simply spray it on like this. After you spray it, when you touch your skin, it feels very smooth and dry. This product is said to have a lasting power of about 72 hours. But honestly, from my experience, I'm not so sure about the 72 hours. And it's not like the hyperhidrosis treatments I talked about earlier that totally keep you from sweating and make you feel perfectly smooth and dry. This product doesn't work that way. But when I used it, I definitely noticed that I sweat less. And it also causes less irritation compared to other products like No Sweat. It was really nice because it's a very low irritation product. While it doesn't entirely prevent sweating, its mist format and the fact that it doesn't require rinsing make it quite suitable for widespread application across larger body areas. For example, with areas like your hands and feet, unless you suffer from severe hyperhidrosis. For individuals like myself who simply want to reduce sweating, it seems a bit much to use those harsh, irritating roll-on products all over, doesn't it? However, this product is a mist and can also be applied to your hands and feet, which I found to be a great advantage. Also, it's not entirely unscented. It gives off a subtle, cozy and soft scent, that kind of smell, you know. Some deodorants have a really overpowering or offensive fragrance, but this one is not like that at all. I've heard this product is available in pharmacies, and I believe it's also sold at Olive Young and similar drugstores. Moving on to the final product. This is the Crystal Deodorant. This one isn't actually a product that stops you from sweating under your arms. However, it is a product that effectively eliminates underarm odor completely. This product, just like the previous ones, comes in a convenient roll-on applicator. This comes in a roll-on, a mist, and a solid type as well. I prefer the roll-on type as it's the most comfortable and works best for me, so that's what I typically use. There's no need to apply this one before going to bed or anything like that. You just apply it when your skin is in a smooth and dry state. There's also no need to wash it off afterward. Plus, this product is incredibly gentle. It's a low irritation product, so I didn't experience any itchiness after applying it. You know how you hate that sweaty, musty smell after a workout? This would be great to use when you're worried about that. I think this is a great product for those who are particularly concerned about odor. I'm the type who sweats a lot, so I often find myself sweating even when it's not summer. I just start sweating whenever I do anything. So I think this is a product that I end up using all the time, not just in the summer but for daily life in general. I know it's available at Olive Young and similar drugstores, and I purchased mine online. I always opt for the unscented variant. No ethanol, no smell at all, truly scent-free, so it's very easy to use as it has no fragrance. Okay, I've reviewed these 5 products. Let's summarize. If you want a powerful sweat suppressant, even if it means dealing with irritation or itchiness, or if you absolutely cannot have underarm sweat tomorrow and want immediate results. For those, I recommend Drichlor. If you don't need immediate dryness, but want smooth, dry armpits this summer with less irritation and have sensitive skin, then I highly recommend the No Sweat Sense product. And if you need a facial deodorant because you tend to sweat excessively on your face, if makeup can't smudge tomorrow, use Stroll. If you prefer easy wide area application over perfect sweat blocking power, this product is for you. Also, if odor, not sweat, is your main concern. For those of you who find the odor really strong and wish it would just disappear, I'd like to suggest this Crystal product. I hope that today's video was a great help to all of you. If you have any further questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Before you leave, don't forget to hit the subscribe and like buttons, everyone. So let's make today a meaningful one as well. Goodbye.